Hello, my name is Zara Tasir. I'm a family lawyer and mediator. I'm here with Eva Sachs, an expert in financial divorce planning. Today we're speaking about grey divorce and its impact on the couples as well as their families. Eva, firstly, what is grey divorce?
Grey divorce is a growing trend as people are living longer. So it's people that are divorcing after long-term marriages. So if they're in their 50s or 60s, they may be looking at each other and saying, things aren't great, but I've got another 30 good years. I may not want to. I may not want to have them with you. And so it is a trend that we see more and more often.
What is the biggest concern for couples who are getting divorced after a long-term marriage?
They're really concerned about how this divorce is going to affect their retirement plans, their future lifestyle. They're concerned about their families, the respect of their children, their adult children, grandchildren, that whole relationship. It's a big concern for them. And ultimately, they're really asking, will they be okay if they move forward in doing this?
How is grey divorce different from other types of divorce?
Well, grey divorcees are really looking for personal freedom and retirement. They're looking at their retirement plan, lifestyle plan, how all of this is going to come together. It's like the perfect storm of all of that planning. They recognize that there's no room for fighting. They're recognizing and acknowledging the long-term marriage and don't want to reflect that on that badly. And they don't want to spend the money on fighting because they haven't got the time to recoup that kind of money that somebody would if they were younger.
How do you help people going through a grey divorce?
Well, certainly financial forecasts are so helpful when we're looking at grey divorcees, mainly because the forecasts are much more accurate than they would be for somebody younger because there's fewer unknowns. We know what their pension's going to be. We know what their investments are. It's unlikely that they're going to have windfalls moving forward.
Could you share an example of what that would look like?
So I had a couple come in to see me. So the husband had taken an early retirement package and the wife was an HR manager. And on the surface, it appeared that the wife would be paying a spousal support to her husband. Running forecasting, it appeared that in paying that spousal support, the wife would have a shortfall in terms of her expenses, and in fact, the husband would end up with too much money. And he didn't, and her husband, again, because he still cared for her, didn't want her to be in that kind of difficult situation. So we found a way of, through running financial projections, of the wife paying a small amount of spousal support for a shorter period of time, and they both had then enough money to cover their expenses and manage the lifestyles that they both wanted for each other.
Thank you for sharing, Eva.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you for watching.